Hey Harmonizers, welcome to the first time I am ever training King with the Blue Tarp. This is a smaller version of our big Blue Tarp that I often take out to big demos and things like that. I love using the Blue Tarp because people know that it's kind of scary for horses to use, to be around. It's crinkly, it makes noise, it's big, and it's pretty impressive when it catches the wind and kind of gets kind of a cool effect lifting up into the air. If you guys have any other really neat ideas for a freestyle this year, let me know because I will start planning and thinking about the things to train him on. King has been such a sweetheart for all of this training stuff. He might look at something a little bit, but he learns so quickly and he's never done anything really dangerous or anything like that. He doesn't really have any dangerous reactions. So I'm just loving his brain and his willingness to learn. This is him doing a mattress for the first time, and he's just like, okay, that's a bit weird, but I'm okay with it. And he even steps on it with one of his back legs, which can be kind of a tricky thing for horses to do. And then here you can see he's looking at the tarp. He's not entirely sure if he wants to step on it or walk on it because I've got it all pillowed. Pillowy meaning like all kind of puffy. And I do that because I want the horse to be aware that it's going to crinkle and make noise. But you can see, even though he's kind of cautious about it, he's so sensible when he crosses over it. So I'm really blessed because right now I have King, who is such a dreamy thoroughbred to work with. And then I have Treasure, who is proving to be a really amazing Mustang. So but I've put in my dues. I've definitely had my difficult horses that I've worked with, or my more challenging horses that have some stronger reactions in them. So I've definitely, somebody pointed out in the comments of one of my last YouTube videos that King is making up for all of the dragon moments that I had to go through with Alicia, because I definitely have had my fair share of excitement, we'll call it. And King is going to be coming with me to New Jersey State Fair, so that's coming up in August. If there's any fans that are out in New Jersey and you guys are going to be at the New Jersey State Fair, definitely reach out, send me a message. I'll get in touch with you and would love to have your help if you want to help at one of the freestyles with, setting up the props or putting things away or anything like that. We'd love to get your help. So definitely send me a message and we'll see you there. And one of the things for the freestyle for our entertainment piece in New Jersey for the state fair is doing something with the Blue Tarp as part of one of the routines. So I thought, well, let's see if King can get used to the tarp. And if we can have that trained in time, then maybe he can do my routine at New Jersey State Fair, which would be great practice for him for the thoroughbred makeover. Otherwise, I'd have to bring Alicia to the New Jersey State Fair to do the performances, to do the Blue Tarp stuff. Now, it is an outdoor event at the New Jersey State Fair, so we can't bring the big tarp because it catches way too much wind and can be super dangerous. But we can bring this smaller tarp and do some cool things. And I think it will just be a really good opportunity for him to practice for his freestyle, which will be a lot of fun. So you can see what I'm doing here. One of the key things that I want to kind of hit home as a training tip for you guys is that no matter what it is that you're doing with whatever animal it is, the way we experience fear is you want to kind of push the envelope a little bit where you go, "Ooh, I don't know if that's okay." But then you want to turn it off or reward before the horse thinks that they have to actually leave or become scared of it. So I kind of raise the level of difficulty. I'll shake the tarp a little bit or something like that. And then I'll give him a cookie before he gets too worried about it. And then that kind of reassures him that it really is okay. And then from there, we can progress on to different pieces. So here's tossing the tarp over top of his back, offering rewards. And essentially, I want him to think that whenever I do any goofy stuff like this, it's just super fun, never super terrifying. I don't even want to go there to a place of anxiety with him where he looks at the tarp and goes, "Oh no, what is she going to do to me?" I want him just thinking, "All right, I bet you I'm going to get a cookie for this, and I bet you I'm going to get a cookie for that," and just have him be thinking about, what am I doing in order to earn that reward, and not at all be upset about the crazy things I'm doing. putting it over his head like that, that is such an amazing reaction. Some horses really shoot backwards a little bit, and the fact that he just kind of raised his head a little bit and then steps over the tarp, super awesome. So for him doing that on his first training session with the tarp is amazing. Then before I got on to ride him, I wanted to try a little bit of liberty. So one of the things that I'm playing with potentially for a freestyle is having him do his trot figure 8 at liberty. So this is a little look here at how that trot figure 8 is going, and trot figure 8 is one of the things that is a mandatory, it's a compulsory move of the freestyle. So we'll see. It's got to be pretty good before I would consider putting it into a freestyle. But that was a little look at where he's at. And then I did some riding with the tarp. So remember, King just learned how to drag objects really recently, and we started with the rope attached to the bag. And now we're progressing to dragging an entire tarp. And this has literally just happened in just his last couple training sessions. So it's not like we were doing drags for weeks before we progressed to this. This was all one training session doing the tarp and progressing to the riding of the tarp. And he's only had the one drag session that you guys saw that I filmed for you guys. So he hasn't, done a ton of this stuff. So the fact that he is being really, really good, and we're waving the tarp here and he's just doing super awesome, and he's tolerating all of this really well, it just kind of goes to show what a great mind he has, and what a sensible horse he is, but also how trusting he is of me and that whole the process that we're going through. And just kind of goes to show that if you put in that foundation of building that trust with your horse, then you can make a lot of really great progress. It starts really slow in the beginning, but then look where we're at now. It's really, really impressive, and he's doing super awesome. So just practicing flying that tarp, because I'm really hoping that he can do the routine in August when we go to New Jersey State Fair. So we're going to be practicing some different things. Coming up soon, he's going to be going to Vermont with me. We're going to be doing some harmony horsemanship workshops in Vermont, which I'm pretty excited about, to see all my friends down in Vermont. It'll be my first time going down there since before the whole COVID pandemic thing. So I'm pretty excited to see everybody down there. And King gets to come with me, and Newton gets to come as well with Sarah. So we're pretty excited and looking forward to that. But look at this horse. Is he not amazing? Like, seriously, he's just trotting around in his little dressage frame while I'm riding him one-handed in a halter, in a fusion halter. He's got no bit or anything in him. And I hope that this inspires a bunch of people to kind of show you what's possible with positive reinforcement, but also that you don't need all the tools and the gimmicks. You don't need, bits and whips and spurs and all that kind of stuff. You can do more with less, which is what our program's all about with Harmony Horsemanship, is showing people that when we focus on understanding and building trust and that communication, some pretty awesome stuff can happen. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed watching King.